Hey guys, this is IntroducingEmy and we're back with another 100 Days of Making Comics, and today I'm just going to be inking page 194 from chapter 6. This is the first thing I've worked on since coming back from the Laughlin UFO Symposium, where I was selling Trying Human and promoting Trying Human and watercoloring aliens. So yeah, I'm also getting over an ear infection or an inner ear infection, so my voice might not sound the best and I might sound a little bit stuffed up, but I think we'll get through this. Also, I'm on my new tablet. I don't really remember when I started recording with the new tablet. I don't know if this is the first video or what, but oh man. Oh man, I feel like so unpracticed. I haven't done any digital art since we've gotten back. My skills. My skills are so unrefined. I also think like this is like really heavy-handed. What I might do is ink like longer areas and then come back and try to do the details, because I feel like my hand is so shaky. So yeah, the Laughlin UFO Symposium went pretty well. We didn't get a lot of foot traffic, and nobody sold much because most everybody was over listening to the people, talking, the different speakers, and they didn't have much time uh, in between the panels for folks to come over to actually peruse the wares of the vendors. So we actually ended up leaving Sunday morning. Also, I came down with this awful earache and needed to go see the doctor and get some antibiotics. I was getting super dizzy on Saturday at the con. I was like, oh boy. When I was little, I had ear infections a lot and different little whatevers. I think I had the croup, and I think I've had strep throat, and I've had mono. I'm just a ball of illness. It feels good to be back, though. I'm definitely a homebody. I do not like doing cons much or anything. I still haven't heard back if I'm doing a panel at LostCon. I'm kind of thinking I'm not, and considering I'm getting over this illness, I'm not even gonna bother like going over to the con to check. If they don't email me back, I'm done. I'm not on their list of panelists, so I'm just gonna assume that my panel wasn't approved or didn't fit the schedule or whatever. That's alright. That'll be extra time to work on redos, which is what I really want to be doing with my month off here. I'm still not like 100% happy with Kwaski's hands here, but I'm just sort of moving on and dealing with it. I might, at some later date, come back and look at this page, but overall I'm just like, whatever. I want to get these done. I feel like this is a very minor kerfuffle. A very minor problem to have if his hands look strange, but I was just flipping through the first volume and I was seeing things. I was like, oh, I should have fixed that or this or whatever. But you live, you learn. To be fair, though, most of the things that I saw that I wanted to fix in Volume 1, they were like really silly little details, you know, that probably most normal readers wouldn't notice. But, I hope you guys can't hear that dog barking in the background. Not my dog, somebody else's dog outside. He's having a little wolf fest. I demand no wolf fests. Oh, and I haven't said it yet, I don't think, but this is Manga Studio. This is EX4. I actually have Manga Studio 5 sitting over here next to me on my desk. I just haven't gotten around to installing it yet. So I don't know. Everybody's saying it's a lot better, and it probably is. I don't know anybody who has like gotten 5 and then been like, oh, it's so bad, and gone back to using EX4. Kind of like when I think it was CS5 came out, there was a big memory leak in CS5, and it kind of made it clunky on some people's computers and stuff. I think I was one of those people. I was having some real issues with it, and a lot of folks just switched back to CS6 or CS4, excuse me, and waited for CS6 to come out. And CS6 came out like really quickly after that, if I remember correctly. It was a pretty short release. It was much shorter than the release time between 4 and 5. I remember I felt like I had 4 forever before 5 came out, and then everybody did the big switchums. Recently, I've started using the stroke in, stroke out thing more on here, which is where it, like when you see how like when I put these, my, I don't know what you'd call these lines, but these bent lines, these not straight lines, these curved lines. When you put down these curved lines, you can tell it to stroke in or stroke out or both. And what it does is it, you know, manufactures a taper on the end so that it still has like sort of a natural look, and you don't have just the same line width the whole way through your curves. I still tend to go in and kind of clean them up a little bit because they're not super natural looking, you know. They look like a computer did them a lot of times, so I go back and fix them quite a bit. And I'm just going to drop a line down here. And so also the reason some of the lines are now blue is those are a different layer, and I've marked them blue. There's a button right here. It's called Color View, and it just switches the color of the layer. It's not, how would I say this? If I was to render this out, like if I was to save this file, they wouldn't look blue. They would still look black, I think. I've never done it, but I think it's just like a superficial way to view the layers. It's not something that's actually occurring to the final version. Real quick, while I'm thinking of it, I want to check a preference, and you can come with me. No, this is not what I want. I want File, Shortcut Settings. I'm curious to know if correction has a hotkey attached to it. I wonder if it does in oh, here we go. No, I don't want correction on off. I want to be able to, like, here we go. Increase, decrease is S and A. So decrease is A, increase is S. I don't know if I'm super keen on that, but I'll give it a try. I didn't even know. So, like, oh yeah, look at that. Neat. Okay, so that's good to know. I can't believe it took me, like, years to check that. I don't know why, but I figured it was going to be period and comma on the keyboard, because that's what it is in Flash, and that's another semi-vectorized drawing application. I don't know even what I'm talking about. I just assumed they were going to be like they were in Flash, but that's okay. Actually, not that Flash has correction. I think there is something like that built in, but what I'm talking about is the brush sizing in... Oh man, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm so sick. I'm delirious. I remember a long time ago, I did, does anybody remember Ustream? Is Ustream even around? I think they got bought by, like, Justin TV or something, but anyway. This shows how out of the loop I am with streaming services, but live streams started to, like, not be so awesome for general use back in the day, so I was switching around to a lot of different stream providers. God, this was like in 2009 or something. And I did a stream for Affinity, like for my Fur Affinity users back when I still had a Fur Affinity account. And I was never super into the furry stuff, but they pay really well for commissions. God bless them. So they put me through college, but um, I was doing a commission over there on Ustream, and man, they were like just savage to me about the fact that I didn't use keyboard shortcuts very much. I still don't. I tend to use my pen to just tap to what I need, you know. Um, I'm trying to get more into. I use some keyboard shortcuts and not others. I think it's just like whatever's comfortable for me to reach to while I'm in the middle of doing what I need to do. But they were like, so and so's much quicker than you because he uses keyboard shortcuts. And I'm like, well, good for him. I don't even remember who they were talking about, but. Oh, look at me. I'm trying to. Nope, no, we're gonna do the correction by the keys. Here we go. I was trying to do it by hand, go in and like type it. I don't really like his smile here. I want it to be more, I don't know, different. I want to like change his expression a little bit. It's art. I'm allowed to. I want him to have a more like rounder mouth because he's saying, so, what do you think? Or what do ya think? But still, a lot of ooze in there that I want his mouth to have. I was getting so frustrated with Quasi. Quasi's expression and pose and everything when I was working on this last week before the con. I was just like, ugh, whatever. When we get back, I will worry about it then. But I was spending way too much time on it. I should have been slapped. I also don't think his one eye's centered correctly. AKA this eye. I used to be really bad, I think. I never had too much criticism on it, but I think I used to be really bad at having characters make appropriate eye contact with each other. Like, they always kind of were looking over each other's shoulders or, like, just not looking quite at each other. I had a teacher in college who gave me quite a bit of flack for not being able to do it more easily. Okay, now he looks kind of cross-eyed, so no, I think I was... I'll put that one on in a minute here. let's do something like that for now. And I want to make the line for his upper lip a little thinner. And then I will come back. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did that black. Okay. And I'm hearing all this carrying on. This is kind of a strange time to be hearing a bunch of like children screaming. We have a pool, you know, just down the way here, and you hear a lot of kids in there carrying on, but usually it's like during the summer. I can't imagine they'd be in there now. It is pretty cold for California. Or at least it's pretty cold to go swimming. Oops, the little dot over there. I always get frustrated working on the details because I feel like I get them wrong. Like the character's wholly unrecognizable. I think I'm gonna make this line a little thicker. And I really don't want to stop in the middle of a panel, but I think we're gonna have to. I don't think I can get this panel done in the next 6 minutes, but I will try. This panel is so teeny. I have to be kind of a little more frugal, I think, with my time and detail spent on it. go. Just as a quick aside, this doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm doing now, but I'm thinking of doing, or at least attempting to complete an entire drawing in Krita, which I've shown a little bit on the channel. It's, as I've come to learn, I think it's like a version of Corel, basically. I think. Don't quote me on that, but anyway, it's a new drawing program that I've acquired that I'm trying to get better at, and I've never really like done any finished work. It's always just been kind of sketches or goofing off. So I think that'll be my next. Look at my cheatiness. That's so I don't have to draw down there. But I think one of my next videos will be an attempt at finishing something using Krita. Specifically, it's probably going to be Binding of Isaac fan art. I really like the new character Lilith that they've added. I know some people really are like woo about her, but I actually think she's a pretty interesting, strong character, and I think her gameplay is unique. If you're not familiar with Binding of Isaac, don't worry about it. I'm just kind of blabbing. But, yeah, so if I do a complete drawing, it's probably going to be fan art. And if it is fan art, it's going to be Lilith. I'm also like just a little fascinated by Lilith, like as far as the quote-unquote real Lilith, the one in the well, she's not in the Bible, but she's like an old Jewish I don't know what they call those documents, but like old Jewish parables, I guess. I'm not really sure what the word is. I'm not super familiar with Judeo-Christian religions. But yeah, I just find her to be like a really interesting thing. Really interesting concept. So I was quite delighted when I found out that she was in a new character in the latest patch. Or not patch, I guess. It was like an expansion. It was a whole thing. Like a whole new game. Really excited for this page. This is a big, important page, so it'll be fun to see it all completed. So like here, that was way too tapered. So I'm going to try to set it to a 5mm taper and see if that's a little more, yeah, see, it's a little more up my alley right there. Well, we have just hit the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to call it for this one and pick it back up in the next one. Alright, I will see you guys later. Bye!